Ramayana is a beautiful epic in our Indian mythology, which we all know about. But do you know that there are 300 versions of Ramayana, 300 types of Ramayana all over the world? The most two popular Ramayana among them are Ramayana written by Valmiki and Ramcharitamanas written by Tulsidas. Today we are going to discuss some general differences in these two texts. There are some story changes in Tulsidas's Ramcharitamanas and some incidents that we know have happened, but it actually never took place in either of the texts. Regarding those 300 Ramayana versions, we will discuss in some other video. So let's begin. First, with the general differences. Ramayana was written by Valmiki in Sanskrit, which was a bit tougher language. Ramcharitamanas was written by Tulsidas somewhere in the 15th century in Awadhi language, which was a popular language in northern India. And as it was a easy language compared to Sanskrit, it became more popular in day-to-day recitation. The word Ramayan means Ram as a human being and his journey, Ramayan. Whereas in Ramcharitamanas by Tulsidas, Ram has been incarnated as a god and the word means a lake of good deeds. Ramayana by Valmiki has been written in slokas, like in couplet form, whereas Ramcharitamanas has been written in chaupaya, in poetry format. That is the reason Ramcharitamanas is more popular among people because poetry is easy to remember, whereas slokas are specialized for the scholars or well versed people who are aware of Sanskrit and a tough language like that. Both Ramayana and Ramcharitamanas has been divided in 7 parts. Just the last part is different. In Ramayana it is called as Yuddha Kanda. In Ramcharitamanas it is called Lanka Kanda. Now if we come to the differences in story, in Ramcharitamanas, Dasaratha had 3 wives, whereas according to Ramayana, Dasaratha had 350 wives. Among them, 3 are principal wives. Ramayana depicts Hanuman as a simple human being who lives in forest. That is called as one nar. One as an forest, nar as an human being. The person living in forest. Whereas in Ramcharitamanas, Hanuman has been referred to as vanar. Vanar is the word used to refer to a species of monkeys. As per the original Ramayana by Valmiki, there was no Swayamvar for Sita, there was no contest, and neither Ram broke the bow and Parshuram appeared. But as per Ramcharitamanas, there was a Swayamvar of Sita, there was a contest among suitors, and Ram when broke the bow, Parshuram got angry. In Ramayana, there is no text that refers to as Lakshman Rekha or Lakshman did a boundary line for Sita. Just on the request of Sita, Lakshman went in search of Ram. Similarly, in Ramcharitamanas as well, there is no mention of Lakshman Rekha, though Lakshman requested the presiding deities of forest and the direction gods like called as Dikpals to take care of Sita when he is in search of Ram. As per Ramayana by Valmiki, Ravan kidnaps Sita. After Ram rescues Sita from Ravan, to prove her purity to the world, he asks her to give the fire test or Agni Pariksha. According to Ramcharitamanas, Ravan kidnaps Sita, but it was a duplicate copy of Sita, whereas the original Sita was hidden inside the fire. And after killing Ravan, the original Sita was retrieved from the fire and replaced the duplicate into it. As per Ramayana by Valmiki, Ravan enters to the battlefield twice. First, on the very first day, and he was humiliated and left alive, and the second on the last day of the battle, where he was killed. According to Ramcharitamanas, he only comes to the battlefield once at the very end of the battle, where he was killed. The story of Ramayana ends with Lord Ram ending his mortal incarnation by willfully drowning in water of Saryu river after he being saddened by the death of Lakshmana and Sita. Whereas in Ramcharitamanas, on the other hand, There is no mention of the death of Sita and Lakshman. It ends with the birth of Love Kush, twins to Ram and Sita. The story in Ramcharitamanas ends with a happier ending, whereas in Ramayana, it ends with a sad ending. Again, a very significant difference, that is, in Ramayana, Ram has been portrayed as an hero, a normal human being with excellent virtues, whereas in Ramcharitamanas, Ram has been portrayed as the incarnation of God, Vishnu, with some mystical and magical touches to his deeds. And in today's world, we take into consideration as Ram as a god because of Tulsidas, as this language was easy to understand and people followed Ramcharitamanas more than compared to the actual Ramayana. Now, the things that did not happen, and due to our generations of folklore, the things got messed up and people made their own story. Eating of Shabri's leftover. This incident never happened in any of the texts. It was made up. There is a story of a squirrel throwing pebbles into the sea when the bridge was being made towards Lanka to rescue Sita. Even this story is also made up. There was no such text in either of the versions. While Ravana was on his deathbed, Lakshmana was asked to get some knowledge from Ravana. Again, this was also a made up story. There was no such writings in any of the texts. After the death of Ravana, Mandodari marries with Bibhishana. Again, no such text is there. The fascinating part, even being myself as a child, we used to draw some Lakshman Rekha. But believe me, this Lakshman Rekha was never created. Again, there is no text available in either of the epics written by Valmiki or Tulsidas. So it is up to you now which one you are going to take. Ram as an human being, which was the original context of Valmiki, or Ram as an god, which was a easy version of Valmiki's Ramayana by Tulsidas. In either of the cases, it is just the belief that keeps us moving, and both of these epics are our own Indian text. We enjoy both. That being said, thank you for listening till here. If you find this video interesting, I will be coming back with another video where there we'll discuss about some other versions of Ramayana as well across the world. Thank you for listening to me. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Your subscription and share would motivate me and further develop my work. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead.